This is the drive home with
Zac
and TT for the Millwall drive home, driving home from the Den, where it finished. Millwall 1,
Bristol City 0.
Yes, finally a win.
Oh.
Finally we get to see a win. Was it deserved? Maybe just. And to be fair, I don't really care. I genuinely do not care whether we deserved to win it, whether we didn't deserve to win it. We finally bloody won a game and we didn't draw. Zac, how are you feeling right now?
Oh, I'm feeling over the moon about that one. Oh.
Before we go any further, thank you very much. We hit the 2,000 subscribers. It's a good week to be in the car with Zac and TT. And we really appreciate your support. Obviously, we're now only 999 away from 3,000. So if you're not subscribed, get yourself subscribed to our channel. And put your comments. If you like the video, like it. I feel so. It's stupid. How stupid is it? It's a one goal, you get 3 points, and it just completely changes your mood and just makes you feel so much better. It's even given me a little bit of happiness on the fact that we're driving to Barnsley on Saturday, and I didn't think I was going to have that at half time. And let's face it, the first half was pretty dire from both teams. But anyway, we'll go through it and break it down as we always do. In goal, we had Bartosz Bieliakowski. We had a back three of Daniel Ballard, Sean Hutchinson, and Murray Wallace. Left wing back was Scott Malone. The return of Danny McNamara, a very welcomed return of Danny McNamara. Thought he had an excellent game. In front of him, we had George Evans and George Saville, a George Bonanza. And then we kind of had Shea Ojo behind the front two of Matt Smith and Benik Afobe. We worked hard today as a team, and sometimes that is what you need to win a game. And to be fair, Bristol City created very, very few opportunities. We created more opportunities, but there was very, very few chances in the game. Again, it was like I said, the first half, 2 chances fell to the Lions. Both fell to Benik Afobe, who you'd have hoped would have put at least one of them away. The first one was kind of a ball over the top. Daniel Bentley always has a very good game against us, comes off his line and spreads himself well. We'd done well up until, when we did get into the final third, actually we created more than we normally do. We just didn't have enough of the ball in dangerous areas in the first half. The second chance, again, played down the right. Benik Afobe's running in towards goal, and Bentley comes out. I don't know whether it was actually going in, but Bentley makes the save anyway, and it kind of gives a false impression of our dominance, which weren't really there. Bristol City, like I said, had decent possession, but also didn't look like they were going to score. There was a blatant penalty shout in the first half. Zac, you thought you saw another one, which I missed. What was the one you saw? So,
well, I'm going to start off with, there was a fantastic save by Bentley.
Yeah.
He tipped it onto the post, and there was also, Matt Smith went up for the header, and their player backed into him until Matt Smith was fully sideways, and then they got the throw in because it skimmed off of Matt Smith's head out, and I genuinely thought it was a foul because they looked like they were doing a bit of trapeze.
The thing I would say, the penalty that I saw was again a ball into the box. Daniel Ballard's made a near post run, and he's just pushed 2 hands in the back. It's a blatant push, and from where I'm sitting in the Dockers, I could clearly see it not given. Bristol City made point to the fact that there was a slight contact in the second half of one of their players who, to be fair, their number 5, I think was it Callas? No, it wasn't Callas. Running out from the back, played really well, getting on the ball, and looked like one of their most dangerous attacking players, ironically. And he kind of fell over in the box with a little bit of contact. That wasn't a penalty, so maybe I did think the Ballard one. It's two hands in the back, and they're normally given again. If that's an attacking player and a defensive player in a box, it's always going to be given. I didn't think the ref had a great game, if I'm completely honest. Giving us a throw down in front of us, people would have noticed that with the Den. I was kind of shouting, but trying not to swear. Gave them the throw in where he shouldn't have done. We go in at half time, and honestly, I didn't feel like we was going to score. I did not feel like we weren't doing enough to score a goal, and I thought it was going to be another draw. And you just, I must have said today, 5 or 6 times, because I was sitting with my wife actually sitting next to me for a change. She had to talk to me. She probably preferred not to, but I just didn't want to draw, just not another draw. To be fair, obviously you don't want to defeat. Jed Wallace comes on at about 60 minutes gone, gives us the lively bit that Jed does. But what we needed, to be fair, George Evans, I felt, had a very poor game. George Saville grew into the game. As the game went on, George Saville grew into it, looked more hungry to win the ball, and that's exactly what he did on the halfway line. Wins the ball, plays the ball through to Benik Afobe, who I actually thought was offside. It was pretty in line with me. I've turned maybe as the linesman's turned, and he could have, maybe he was onside before I've turned, but he did look offside to me. He runs through, it's a silly challenge in the box, you're not going to win the ball. He takes Afobe out, it's a blatant penalty, there's no doubt about that. And then I'll pass you over to Zac. Zac, you can explain the penalty from Jed.
Well, there was a lot of pressure. As I was ball boy, nearly the furthest away from Jed, except from behind the other goal. But me and this Millwall fan exchanged looks of nervous. And, well...
You shouldn't be nervous with Jed. You shouldn't be nervous with Jed.
We're always nervous with Millwall.
That's correct.
Jed steps up. Oh, and he smashes it right into the top right, sends Daniel Bentley the wrong way. And this, I looked at it on the big screen as a replay, and you can't get much better of a penalty than that.
And that's what you want to see. That's what Jed does. Jed comes on, scores the goal. And from then, to be fair, Bristol City created one chance that I can remember, and it got blocked. The players putting the bodies on the line today. Like I said, it was great to see Danny McNamara back in the team. So lively, so willing to get forward. Does a great bit of footwork. But Hutch, body on the line, makes a good block from the only chance that Bristol City created. And we really, like I said, at the start of the second half, Bristol City looked like they were going to score without actually looking like they were going to score. They had more pressure. They were in our final third, but didn't really do much with it. But you felt like, oh, the goal's going to come, and then we score against the run of play, and it kind of knocked the stuffing out of them completely. And from then on, actually, we probably looked more likely to score from that position. And the only other chance was great little interplay by the front. Ojo looked lively. Benik Afobe run his absolute nuts off today. Really worked hard, which was great to see. Even right at the end, running into the corner, but he creates the chance. I think it's into Ojo, into then Jed. Jed lays it to Saville. Saville puts it to Billy Mitchell, who's running in, and Billy Mitchell drives the ball into the bottom right-hand corner, and it's a great save again by Bentley.
It wasn't too far into the bottom right, but it was good enough to get past a fantastic keeper like Bentley.
Yeah, and like I said, Bentley reserves his good games for us. He does really well against us, and makes it nervous. But like I said, Bristol City didn't really, and we see the game out from there. We've got, who was your man of the match, Zac?
Oh, today it was a hard one because no one again really perfectly stood out. But
yeah.
Today it was Benik Afobe, and I think he works his nuts off for us, and he might have missed 2
chances
opportunities, but they were both on the run. They were hard chances. I know he's a striker, but he's ultimately won us the penalty, and he played well enough to get my man of the match.
And I have to agree with Zac. Benik Afobe was my man of the match purely for his work rate, effort and desire. Sometimes in games as close as that, sometimes when we're not playing attractive football, and let's make no bones about it, if we'd have drawn that game 0-0, there'd have been a lot of resentment. There was a lot of calls, 50, 55 minutes in that game. A lot of people very frustrated. I think even Jed might have cupped his ear to the fans. But I know he's equally as frustrated as we are. What you want to see when we're not playing great football is a team full of passion and desire, and we showed that throughout the 90 minutes, and probably just enough to win us all 3 points. I'm driving through the Limehouse Link, but we will be driving, fuel permitting, up to Barnsley on Saturday. Obviously, no Alfie tonight, it's a school night, and there'll be no Alfie again on Saturday. It's his little sister's birthday. And I do want to correct one thing. Zac's actually 2 months younger than Alfie, although he looks like he's 3 years older. But we'll have Alfie back soon enough. But me and Zac will be driving up to Barnsley, hopefully, and then we'll go again. It's so great to have 3 points in the bag. Only one way we can finish it, Zach. No one likes us.
We don't care.
Yeah.